There you are. Welcome once more to my humble study. Today I have something truly fascinating to share. The 6 calendars of Edegan. These aren't just tools for measuring time. They are masterpieces of culture, woven with the traditions and beliefs of the people who created them. From the unyielding Dwarves to the star-guided orcish wayfinders, every calendar tells a story. Let's begin where time itself feels carved into stone. The Dwarves' Stonescript Cycle. The Stonescript Cycle is the oldest calendar in Edegan, crafted by the deep-dwelling Dwarves to track their days with precision. It divides the year into 10 months of 40 days each, making a perfectly symmetrical 400-day year. Their current year is 1192 post-cataclysm, or PC, a reckoning that began when the Darimak plague was defeated, an event that reshaped Dwarven civilization. Each month is named after a Dwarven deity. Durunel, honoring the Forge Father, begins the year. Morilath, the solemn month, ends it with tributes to the god of death. Festivals punctuate the year, with the Forge Ascension on Durunel's first day being the most celebrated, a time for reforging tools and spirits alike. But the Dwarves of the Valley of the Three Kings, who live closer to the surface, develop their own offshoot, the Valley Cycle. It retains the 10-month structure, but incorporates seasons, a reflection of the valley's verdant fields and seasonal changes. Months like Hradan Bloom and Moral Rest celebrate planting and harvest, while the Kilrim Flame Games, held in midsummer, honor physical strength and camaraderie. The Lunis Eternalis, or the Eternal Moon, is more than a calendar. It is the essence of elven philosophy. Where others count their days in numbers, the elves name each one, creating a cycle of reflection and meaning that connects them deeply to the world and the heavens. The Lunis Eternalis divides the year into 12 lunar phases, each lasting 33 days, with an additional third-day holiday called Lunari. This structure aligns with their ever-present Arboreal moon, which the elves believe governs the cycles of life, death, and renewal. The year totals 400 days, mirroring the harmony and balance they see in the cosmos. Each of the 33 days in a lunar phase has its own unique name. These names align with the phases of the moon and the moods they invoke. For example, the Silvara phase. The first of the year begins with Ilvara, the day of beginnings, and ends with Lunari, the day of reflection. Here's an example of how these days are named within the Silvara phase. Ilvara, the first light. Tirelin, whispered growth. Kalanith, budding promise. Lurian, crescent's rise. Averin, gentle ascent. Telarun, moon at its peak. Lunareth, the full moon's glory. Elarith, quiet descent. Lunare, reflection and renewal. Now, these same 33 days do not just define a single lunar cycle. They also form the 33 ages of Edegan. The first age, the Age of Ilvara, began with the creation of the world when light first touched its surface. We are currently in the Age of Quesith, the 22nd age, a time of balance and reflection. The elves believe that the world will end with the Age of Lunari, when all cycles cease. Whether this marks a cataclysm or a transcendence, no one knows. But elven scholars devote lifetimes to interpreting this prophecy. The Lunis Eternalis governs not just time, but the rhythm of elven life. Each of its 12 phases represents a different aspect of existence, from beginnings to endings, unity to introspection. For example, Silvara, new moon, beginnings and renewal. Crescentia, waxing crescent, growth and potential. Halion, first quarter, strength and balance. Lunareth, full moon, unity and celebration. Umbrea, waning crescent, closure and introspection. Everglow, eternal moonlight. Dreams and transcendence. Rituals mark these phases, such as the Moonglade Festival, celebrated during Lunareth, the day of the full moon. This is a night of music, storytelling, and unity as elves gather beneath the arboreal moon to honor its light. The Lunar Days, held at the end of each phase, are sacred times for meditation and renewal when the cycle begins anew. To name every day is to honor its place in the cycle, to see not just the passing of time, but the meaning in every moment. The Lunis Eternalis reminds the elves that existence is a journey tied to the light and shadow of their eternal moon. Each day, each age carries a whisper of destiny, flowing together toward the final lunar eye. Whether the prophecy is truth or metaphor, it is a beautiful testament to the elven view of life, eternal, harmonious, and deeply connected to the cosmos. Humanity, ever practical yet ambitious, uses several calendars. The first is the Starcore Chronicle, widely adopted in the Teldarian Kingdom. It divides the year into 8 months of 50 days each, with each month named for a constellation: the Forge, the Wanderer, the Phoenix, and more. This calendar is as much about storytelling as timekeeping. Festivals abound tied to the constellations. During the Phoenix Fire Festival celebrates renewal and the rebuilding of communities. During the Harp, the Strings of Light Festival fills the kingdom with music and storytelling. Time is further divided into 10 weeks of 5 days, with names like Sun's Day, Moon's Day, and Star's Day, tying daily life to celestial cycles. Then there's the Iverian Scroll, created by the monastic scholars of Iverion. This calendar divides the year into 10 months of 40 days, aligning time with spiritual growth. Each month is named after a virtue: contemplatio, contemplation; sapientia, wisdom; fortitudo, strength, and so on. The last 10 days of the year, the days of renewal, are sacred, spent in fasting, reflection, and preparation for the Festival of Light, where candles are lit to symbolize enlightenment. The Iverian Week is also unique, with 5 days named for monastic practices: meditas, meditation; laborus, work; gratias, gratitude; veritas, truth; and renovus, renewal. This rhythmic structure guides the monks' days with purpose and introspection. Last, but far from least, we turn to the orcs of the sea, the wayfinders. These master navigators crafted the Wayfinders Tally, a calendar rooted in the rhythms of tides and stars. The year's divided into 7 months of 57 days, totaling 399 days, with a single turning of the tides day marking the new year. Each month reflects a stage of the orcs' maritime life. Stormwake for weathering challenges, Wave Crest for smooth sailing, Deep Call for exploration, Seafall for returning home, Harbor Tide for repairs and trade, Windrise for setting out again, and Starhaven for navigating beneath clear skies. The week has 7 days, each named for an aspect of their seafaring lives: Storm Day, Tidecall, Windward, Keel Day, Starwatch, Hearthwave, and Salt Rest. These names keep sailors attuned to the sea's rhythms, and days like Starwatch are sacred for recalibrating charts and seeking guidance from the heavens. The turning of the tides is celebrated with offerings cast into the sea, thanking it for its bounty and begging safe passage for the year ahead. And so we see how time itself reflects culture. The dwarves carve their cycles into stone. The elves follow the eternal dance of the moon. Humanity looks to the stars and their virtues, and the orcs chart their course by the sea and sky. Each calendar carries stories, beliefs, and rituals that define its people. They remind us that while time marches ever forward, it does so differently for each of us. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may your days be steady, your nights bright, and your years filled with wonder. Thanks for joining the lecture. Please leave a comment if you have a question, or leave a like and click subscribe if you want to know more about the Edegan setting. I am the Wednesday Wizard, and this has been Edegan.